The best way I can help now is if I step aside and let government get back to governing. And therefore, that's what I'll do.
Good evening to all of you. That breaking news, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is stepping down. This happening within a political tempest that's produced dueling headwinds. One from criticism of the state's handling of nursing home COVID-19 death data. And the second, the one that took out his sails, blew in from his former professional home, the state attorney general's office. That report that accuses him of sexually harassing multiple women. Since then, he's been facing mounting calls for his resignation, even President Joe Biden joining that chorus last week. We have team coverage for you tonight on all of this. Jack Watson standing by with reaction from our local lawmakers on the governor's resignation. But first, we're going to turn to Allie Peters, who's joining us from the newsroom to break this all down for us. Allie.
Well, Adam, while Governor Cuomo has continued to deny the sexual harassment allegations against him, he said it is in the best interest of the people he serves that he steps down. And in 14 days, he will become the 8th governor of New York to do just that.
And doing the right thing is doing the right thing for you. Because as we say, it's not about me. It's about we.
Governor Andrew Cuomo is stepping down as governor of New York. This comes after a months-long investigation found he sexually harassed 11 women, many of whom were current and former state employees.
The best way I can help now is if I step aside and let government get back to governing.
The governor has denied the allegations against him, saying his interactions with women were not meant to be taken sexually or with intimacy.
In my mind, I've never crossed the line with anyone.
Yet many called on Cuomo to step down, and state lawmakers said they'd impeach him if he didn't. Something the governor said would take too much money and time away from other issues like COVID and crime.
It will consume government. It will cost taxpayers millions of dollars. It will brutalize people.
The governor also taking time today to thank the 11 women who came forward.
You taught me, and you taught others, an important lesson. Personal boundaries must be expanded and must be protected.
Now, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul will take over as governor in 2 weeks, becoming the first female governor in New York. She will serve the rest of Cuomo's term through December 31st of 2020. Live in the newsroom, Allie Peters, News 8.
History is indeed upon us. Allie, thank you. Let's turn now to Jack Watson joining us live with reaction from local lawmakers on all that's unfolded just today with this resignation. Jack.
Adam, as I spoke with local lawmakers today, there was a palpable readiness to move on from the Cuomo administration and start again focusing on policy while also acknowledging the courage of alleged victims to come forward.
I think the signal was sent yesterday that you either resign or you're going to get impeached, and he chose to resign.
A day after a press conference by lawmakers outlining the status of their impeachment investigation, Governor Andrew Cuomo announced he's resigning. In the eyes of local Assembly member Harry Bronson, the governor likely understood he was facing those two choices. His Democratic and Republican colleagues, including Assembly member Steve Hawley, welcomed the governor's decision to resign.
He finally did the right thing. The writing was on the wall.
Had the governor not announced his intention to step down, there's a chance he could have been impeached and convicted. For alleged victims and for the entire state, State Senator Samra Brook tells me the resignation of Governor Cuomo is a surprise and a relief.
We all kind of had this collective sigh of relief, right? That this chapter, this dark chapter in our history may be soon coming to an end.
In 2 weeks, the next chapter begins. A new governor and a new administration. For that, lawmakers on both sides are ready to move forward.
And the resignation of Governor Cuomo, quite frankly, is long overdue. And now we need to get back to doing what's right in the state of New York, especially under my friend, Kathy Hochul.
Again, many emotions from local lawmakers today, including surprise, relief, and again, that readiness to move on from the Cuomo administration. We are live in Rochester. Jack Watson, News 8.
All right, Jack, thank you. And today we also spoke with former Lieutenant Governor Bob Duffy, who's from around here, about Cuomo's resignation. He says while he would never call for anyone's resignation publicly, he agrees with the governor's decision here. And here's what Duffy had to say about the incoming governor, current Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul.
It is my hope, which happens too often in politics, that her work and her efforts does not get undermined or stopped by those who aspire for that position. I think right now everybody should get behind the governor and the legislature, the incoming governor, Governor Hochul, and the legislature, and get the state back on track and moving. I think we've been through enough, and without casting any other comments, I just think it's time to get back what is important.
Joining us now, Nazareth College political science professor Tim Nealon. Thank you so much for once again providing insight here.
Thanks for having me.
So the one thing that Duffy also talked about was how it might benefit us to have someone from Western New York in the corner office. Do you see any potential consequence or benefit from that?
Well, the Bills would like a new stadium, and Kathy Hochul might be the one to help provide that. And that, of course, could generate lots of revenue. Yeah. And investments in Rochester, I think, have lagged behind, actually, the Buffalo Billions. And it could help to have someone who understands the needs of the people of Western New York in that office and have a say in how the budget is rendered. So yeah, no, I think there really is some benefits to her coming from Western New York.
One of the things that I found remarkable is the near universal condemnation of Cuomo even before today. You just don't see that in today's political world. What does it say about Cuomo's relationship with lawmakers around the state that it happened like that?
Yes. Well, you know, this is a man who has created what many people have reported as a toxic working environment, and that he has used reprisal and pretty much aggressive behavior with politicians to get his way. People worked with him because they had to, not because they wanted to. And the minute that his power was reduced, they came out full force to help take him down.
All right, Tim Nealon, thank you so much for your help. Tim Nealon, political science professor over at Nazareth College. His perspective always valued. Now, today we also spoke with a legal analyst, a local one, about this resignation, and we asked, while the governor's decision ends the impeachment process, or could end it, does it close any doors in the civil or criminal arena? And here's what Elizabeth Cordello with Polano and Farrow had to say.
It's probable but not certain that the impeachment process will be closed. Legal experts are vetting that right now, because without an impeachment, Governor Cuomo could hold public office in the future. So if folks are interested in foreclosing that, that could still happen. That's being looked at by legal experts right now. As far as the sexual harassment allegations against him, both civil and criminal, his resignation has no impact in his liability or those claims moving forward.
We'll be following this major breaking news of Governor Cuomo's announcement of his resignation throughout the night. And we're going to have all of the developments on News 8 at 11, but you can find those updates throughout the evening, of course, over at rochesterfirst.com.